Hello and welcome Forbidden West travelers. Today we will give you the guide that will help beginners and advanced players to enhance their playstyles. We do have videos where we break down specific builds to showcase to you guys, but today we're going to give you all the fundamentals to take you to the next level. I want to start off by giving you the foundation. You have your skills, which is going to be the most essential aspect on how you play. And there's certain things you want to note. You're going to get all the skills you need to unlock every single ability in the game. As long as you play the story and some side missions, you will get everything. But you want to focus on one specific playstyle to unlock the Valor Surge. And there's some very powerful Valor Surges that will change everything and make you a beast. As you progress, you will end up unlocking specific weapons that have mod slots. These mod slots are going to make a big difference in the way you play. You want to focus on trying to enhance the weapon's ability by adding things like element to it, or for example, my sniper having long range damage. Combining the skills, your weapons and outfits, you will be a true legend. For the melee focused style player, put Resonator Blast right when you start the game with your first skill point. That is going to allow you to use R2 to charge up your spear and then hit an enemy with it so that they can end up with a energy bubble that you can burst by shooting. Reason this is important is because there's a lot of very cool tricks I'm about to showcase, but I also wanted to add the jump off. Jump off is a way for you to get away from the action or push towards the action by jumping off an enemy by holding R2. A really good trick for charging it up is holding it and then hitting dodge right away so you can charge it just a little bit. I charge it twice. Now I'm going for my third, and there goes. It's fully charged, and now I can put out some damage and hit them with a high damage Resonator Blast. And as we talk about dodging, your slide and dodge are two very critical ways to not take any damage. You're invincible during these times. So you want to slide and then dodge to be able to get as much distance as you can away from an enemy, or even jump towards an enemy with this method. Another method for invincibility is when you have your Valor Surge ready and you activate it during that animation, you cannot be damaged. And to talk about more skills, there's so many in the game. If you want to play long range, I definitely like Range Master. It allows me to put out some serious damage from enemies from afar, and combining that with a sharpshooter bow, you're going to put out serious damage. We do have builds for the melee, hunter, and infiltrator, plus more that you can check out as well after this. You can head to the melee masters throughout the level from the beginning to the end of the game. There are new pits that you can play in that will teach you different combinations. What I like to focus on is combinations that do not leave me stuck in animations. Anything with R2 holding it will keep you stuck in an animation after. So what you want to do is do things like hitting jump and then R1 and R2, so you can do double the damage to enemies instead of just hitting them once when you're in the air. And jumping in the air also adds extra ability to stay alive. There's tons of combinations that I would just leave it up to you. One of my personal favorite is R1, R2, and then R1 again, which will leave me able to move around. Now that you have melee focus on your build, I want to give you some general fundamental tips that's gonna change the way you play drastically. Sometimes you can get overwhelmed with a lot of machines, or possibly one big one. And one of the key aspects that we talk about in our builds is smoke bombs. Smoke bombs work for every build. There's no specific build you need to use it for. It just helps you to either play defense or offense. You can use it to get away and reset the fight and end up sneaking into a bush so that you can get some cover, or you can use it as an offensive tool, which will confuse the enemies and you can put out some serious melee or shoot their weak points during that time. Now, there are different builds that we have displayed and talked about. My favorite being the Infiltrator style, where you put on the Stealth Stalker Valor Surge, which allows you to be invisible. Combining that with the actual smoke, you are very hard to deal with, and you can take out top tier enemies with this. Thunderjaw is no match when you have your smoke and your Stealth Stalker. For the beginners and the advanced players, always focus on hitting weak points. If you are a long range player and you're using your bow and arrow or any ranged weapons, focusing on the weak points is critical. There are tons of skills you can unlock to help you put out more damage when you're doing so. One skill I really like is called Triple Notch. Triple Notch is one of my favorites in this game. And basically you're able to load 3 arrows at once. And imagine you start a fight off by destroying an enemy's weak point and opening up more vulnerability aspects there. Speaking about aiming down sight and using Triple Notch, one thing I like to do is go into these settings. There's a thing called Weapon Quick Swap. In here, once you turn that on, you're able to swap weapons very fast. And another thing to add is auto sprint. With these two combined, you can switch any type of weapon that you feel comfortable. For example, I have the spear, and then I switch over to the bow. I can switch over at any time very easily by tapping L1 while I'm running around instead of having to go into my wheel. A neat trick is to aim, then hit R1, and you're going to be able to load up all 3 arrows while you're moving, and you can hit an enemy with all 3 arrows, the Triple Notch skill. And that goes for all the other skills as well. We have tons and tons of different play styles that we're trying to present to you guys through our videos. I want to showcase a couple very quickly. Once again, as we talked about the melee Resonator Blast, one thing I like to do is change it up and add some new elements to it. You don't have to play with that specific style. For example, having a hunter build where it's just long range for the most part is going to be a fun way to play. And then you can add Infiltrator abilities. So playing a stealthy sniper, really strong way to play, and my favorite way. We do have a video breaking it down. The 2 key skills here is braced shot, which allows you to focus fire and put out some serious damage. And combining that with range master, together these two do some serious damage. You're going to activate the range master, and then you're going to activate braced shot and put out some serious damage. Of course, you want to pull out specific weapon like a sharpshooter of any kind. You get these in the game consistently. The best one to get is the forged ball. Activating these abilities are simple. For your Valor Surge, you're going to hit L1 and R1, and when you're ready to use your brace shots, you're going to hold R2 and hit R1. Again, there's tons of playstyles and we want to present them all to you with our videos. So make sure you watch and enjoy as we continue to bring you nothing but the best for your experiences. If you have some fun, cool combinations that you have done, go ahead and leave them in the comments so that we can see. Go and check out our Infiltrator guide, which is a fun way to play the game. My personal favorite. Leave a like and comment. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there in the Forbidden West, guys.